Hello, and welcome to the Lunatic Left by Lofton III. One of the growing trends of the left to make themselves feel superior and more righteous than us, the deplorables, is to ask children their opinions and even sometimes take their advice on just about any major issue facing us today. For some reason, in the eyes of the liberals, children are the font of all knowledge. They are wise beyond their years, and when they speak, we should just shut up and listen. Me personally, I know that when I'm wondering what the latest economic trend is, or how we should make our kids safer from crazy people in our schools, when I ponder the plight of families being separated at our border, or how we should deal with murderous, tyrannical leaders like that of Kim Jong-un, what do? Naturally, I immediately consult my 13-year-old child. Not. Obviously, to any sane adult, consulting children on important issues is just something we don't do. Why? Because they're children. They don't actually act out of maturity, experience, knowledge, understanding, or wisdom. No, they make decisions based on the exact opposite. So what this really shows is just how lazy the left is. And even though they don't want to take the time to raise, teach, or mentor their own children, they certainly know what's best for yours. So let me take a minute and explain to the liberal how this is done. 1. You have a child. You can't murder it in the womb. You actually have to give birth to the child. 2. From the very beginning, you start to teach the child right from wrong. Now, this might just include you having to discipline that child, so be warned. 3. You educate that child. Because you see, children are not born with an innate sense of what's right and wrong. They are not born knowing world history, math, science. They do not come out of the womb understanding sound economic and foreign policy. These are things you, the parent, must teach them, and it is wrong not to do so. In fact, the real evil is the parent who says these words, all the while thinking themselves that they are progressive, enlightened, woke. They say this: "Hey, you just do whatever you want, sweetie. Be whoever you think you are and figure all this out on your own." That is evil, immoral, and just plain lazy parenting. How dare you bring a child into this world and basically just leave them on the rocks to be eaten by the wolves? This world is a hard enough place for our children to grow up without placing the additional yoke upon their shoulders of having no guidance, no instruction, morally or physically. So I would once again like to remind the liberal that love is an action. It's not philosophical words spoken to a 2-year-old while busting big clouds out of your strawberry peach vape. No. Love and raising a child are very, very hard work. So instead of asking the child for advice and listening to the child, maybe it's time you grow up, be an adult, a parent, and start giving some real advice to them. This is John Lofton, and this has been The Lunatic Left.